You are about to enter the Red and Rev Sports Show experience. Get ready for some real sports talk from some real sports fans who were real sports athletes who have sports knowledge.
What's up, everybody? What up? What up? What up? Well, we back at it again. Another Saturday morning. Ooh, excuse me. Must be that milk I drank this morning. But anyway, we back at it again. Another Saturday morning, episode 392. And guess what, everybody? We got a full house tonight. That's right. Rev's back with us tonight. Coach is with us, and your boy Red is with you today. And what we got to talk about? Well, it is a full week of sports. I mean, a full week. MLB, Major League Baseball playoffs is in full effect. We got college and NFL picks to get into. We got injuries all across the NFL. Man, the Sanders speaking out, the Pizza Collier speaking out, NBA training camps opening up, Braves managers resigning, Brian Smicker moving on. So we got a lot to talk about. Episode 392. Let's get started, y'all.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Red and Rev Sports Show. Red and Coach are coming to you live from the ATL Show.
Howdy.
Father Good and Reverend's coming to you live from Oaksville, PA. Giving you real sports talk because we are real sports fans. Who are real sports athletes who have what, gentlemen? Real
sports knowledge.
So hang out with your boys, Red, Rev, and Coach for episode 392 of the Red and Rev Sports Show. And as is our sports custom, we now turn our numbers attention to our residential numerologist, Coach Patrick Thomas, to give us something or someone dealing with those three digits, 3, 9, and 2. What you got for us, Coach?
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. This one can't be any more obvious than anybody projected. I can go make it quick. Ladies and gentlemen, this man was a prime candidate for one of the best defensive players of the year, award number 92. He terrorized the NFL offenses for years, but he was such a nice man off the field. And when I tell you he was a minister, like our sports rev, that pretty much gonna give it away. Number 92, he actually had 3 interceptions, believe it or not, but he had way more quarterback sacks than that. Number 392 is the Minister of Defense, Reggie White. You can't be anybody else but Reggie White, the Minister of Defense, for 392.
Reggie White. He's very much revered where I'm living now. Former Philadelphia Eagle, also a champion with the Green Bay Packers. He was the first big-time player to really go into NFL free agents. He really helped reshape what NFL free agency looked like. So big ups to you, Coach Reggie White. Red, what's your thoughts about the Minister of Defense?
That was a good one.
All
3.
right.
I like the 3 interceptions. I was wondering where you guys were gonna get that 3 up in there.
Yeah.
Cause I know he didn't have 3 rings.
All right. Let's welcome Reverend Knight Nation. The nation I've been missing for the past 2 weeks. We got a few folk chiming in. The VP is in the building, briefly checking in, slamming down the gavel to begin another fire episode of the Reverend Rev Sports Show. Reverend Knight Nation, rise up and let's get it. You've heard the VP. Let's do it. Winston Thornton from the eye test over there on YouTube. What's going on, fellas? And chat, smash like that stuff, smash like that button, y'all are shared. Smash like that button, y'all are shared. Appreciate you, man. Truly appreciate you. All right. The VP is already ready to give his dope moment, so he must only going to be here for a short moment. For real. So we'll get to him in just a second. We want to encourage everybody to like and share. Like Winston from the eye test shared just a few minutes ago. Like on Facebook, share on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube. The more the merrier. We love to add to the Reverend Knight Nation. With that being said, let's jump into this dope, nope, and cope moments for this week. Coach, since you did a good job with the Minister of Defense, let's start with you. What are you doping on, sir?
I'm doping on one Cam Schlichter, for the New York Yankees, who came in as a rookie and said, y'all putting a lot on me. But that lot on him meant that he could come in there and pitch one of the best games of the year for the Yankees as they eliminated the Boston Red Sox. In game 3, he had 12 strikeouts, and he was dealing and spinning. So I give it to Cam Schlichter for the New York Yankees. Dope moment.
Oh, yeah. Ray, what are you doping on, sir?
I am doping on one Jackson Dart. Yeah, that Jackson Dart for the New York Giants. Yeah, I know he went out and got a win last week for the Giants in his debut as a starter, but that's not what I'm doping on. What I'm doping on is what he said before the game. They asked Jackson a question, for the game. They said, Jackson, who is your ideal girlfriend? And you know what Jackson said? He said, Madison Beer. Do you know who Madison Beer is? Justin Herbert's girlfriend. And then he go out and beat Justin Herbert on the field after trolling his girlfriend. So wow, Jackson, you are the man. Maybe you are made for this New York stuff, man. You troll Justin Herbert girlfriend before the game. Then you go out and beat Justin Herbert during the game. New York Giant quarterback win in your debut. Jackson Dart. Is that your name? Yeah, that's your name. Jackson Dart. Dope, boy.
Winning.
This is a unique dope moment. Want to dope on somebody even in their death. Today will be the funeral for my former colleague and coach, Coach Leon Carlton, who I had the joy to coach with at Benjamin Elijah Mays High School. 7 years. We did the JV team, and also we were the assistant coaches to Coach Floyd Mack, and then we helped Mays win 2 state championships and come up with a runner-up as well. Coach Carlton was very critical in my development as a very young basketball coach in my 20s. Coach Carlton was a graduate of Clark Atlanta University. Also, he helped Southside High School in James Forest, won a state championship at Southside, to win a state championship as an assistant coach. So I want to dope on the life and the legacy of Coach Leon Carlton, who will be funeralized on today. Coach, I could not be there with you, but love you. Thank you for all the lives that you touched in the Atlanta public school system. We greatly appreciate your work. All right, let's move on, Red. What are you noping
on? I'm noping on one former UGA wide receiver, Adonai Mitchell. Oh, God. I tell you, boy, I don't know anybody who can have a worse debut as a starter for the NFL than my boy Adonai Mitchell. And I loved you at UGA, man. But man, boy, what a game for you last week. You come in the game and you didn't have a bad game. No, don't get me wrong, you didn't have a bad game, but you cost your team 14 points. One time you cost your team 14 points on the holding call. When Jonathan Taylor ran a 43, not a 43, I think it was a 53-yard touchdown. You holding a guy for no reason at all. Taylor had already passed you. Have no idea why you was holding the guy. But anyway, that touchdown get called back. That's one screw up. Then your second screw up, you gotta make a great catch off a terribly underthrown ball by Indiana Daniel Jones. Ran into the end zone, about to score, and for some insane, asinine, inexplicable reason, you take the ball when it was heavily secured from your left arm and trying to put it in your right arm while you're running, and not only did you fumble that, you fumbled the ball out of the end zone, out of bounds, which made the ball go back to the other team. So for sure, guaranteed touchdown, you fumble that away, you cost Jonathan Taylor a 53-yard touchdown, 14 points taken off the board because of you, Adonai Mitchell. Like I said, you had 4 catches for 96 yards. So you didn't have a bad game, but boy, did you have 2 awful, and I mean awful screw-ups. So Adonai Mitchell, former UGA wide receiver, nope.
To build on that note, because that holding call helped me lose my first fantasy matchup last week in the league that we're all in, I also want to join in with noping on Cincinnati Bengals backup quarterback Jake Brown. You've been pure trash. And you're killing me with Jamar Chase, who was my first pick in the fantasy draft. Jamar Chase, since you become the starting quarterback, has not accumulated 10 points in 2 weeks. Come on, man. I need whatever the coach's name is in Cincinnati, find your quarterback, trade for your quarterback. There's a quarterback in Atlanta backing up Michael Penix who will do you real well right about now in Kirk Cousins until Joe Burrow can get back. But I need Jamar Chase to be relevant in my fantasy league. And I'm primed to dominate if everybody's on cue with what I need them to do. So, Jake Browning, you in particular, get my note moment because you are failing the Cincinnati Bengals and you're helping to fail my fantasy team if you don't get right.
I know
Coach,
the feeling, real.
What are you noping on, Coach?
My note moment goes to fantasy football altogether. I have never, and I'm backpacking on Rev. I have never seen a league of a year like this for me. And you know, I know it's fantasy football, but I'm gonna call 4 names, and then I'm gonna be quiet. Mike Evans, CeeDee Lamb, Joe Burrow, and Malik Neighbors, and I'll just stop right there.
Yeah,
I'll stop. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
All
of them hurt. All of them on a team. I may be the first person. In fact, well, I ain't gonna be the first, but the first in the league to go without winning a game. I probably won't win a game. It's that bad.
Coach, you gotta make some waiver trades, man. You just can't give up, man. You gotta do what me and Rams do every week. You gotta play GM, man.
Man, I don't need help. Go ahead, Rev.
All coaches' team is in the ambulance.
Yep.
Yeah.
What the match? Rev, where the match music at? We need that match music.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Yeah, I don't need help.
Unit.
Yeah.
Red, I don't need help. I need a telethon. I don't need a playbook. I need a prayer book. Terrible. Garbage.
And then how about this? I got on all my team. I got about 3 or 4 players on the bye week this week. And it's hard to yeah, there you go.
This dedicated to coach.
Yeah.
And his fantasy football team that is currently standing 0-4 right now in a 12-team league.
Doing my Allen Oliver impression.
All right, Coach. Sorry about the team, man. All right. Let me go to this coach moment. I'm coping with the fact for the first time in 7 or 8 years, one of those two, there's no Atlanta Braves postseason baseball. This is hurting me. I cannot watch a full inning of any of these teams because my Braves are not in there. So Braves, get right. Get the leader right. We'll talk about that soon so that you all can get back on the right track and be the team that you all are primed to be, and you be a contender for the World Series. Oops. Got some crickets.
Yeah.
All right, Coach, what are you coping with? Coach?
Oh, Lord.
Doing the mannequin channel. What are you coping? Oh, there he is. What are you coping with, man?
Well, to piggyback on what you just said with the MASH unit, somebody just asked me, is my team going to win? I'm moving on. But I'm coping with Kelsey Mitchell with the Indiana Fever to play the year that she did, and for that injury that happened to her, where her whole body, lower body just shut down like that. I'm hoping that's just a one-time thing, because that was kind of scary to see her on the court just drop and couldn't even stand. They said she's okay, but I hope that's not a recurring theme for her, because she got a great future as a WNBA player, and for her to suffer something like that was kind of scary. So I'm coping with Kelsey Mitchell that she makes a complete recovery and is able to play again for Indiana in the WNBA.
The injury rained on the Indiana Fever's opportunity to go into the WNBA championship, which is unfortunate. They made a good run even without Caitlin Clark. All right, Rev, finish the segment out. What are you coping with?
Okay. Well, Coach, to piggyback on what you just said right quick, we hope Kelsey Mitchell has a great future ahead in the WNBA. We hope the WNBA has a great future ahead, but we'll get into that later. What am I coping with? Well, not me, but Dylan Gabriel. Dude, you're gonna have to cope with everybody in this country, in sports world, wanting you to fail right now. And I mean, the only people that probably not rooting for you to fail is one, Kevin Stefanski, and maybe your family. Everybody else, I mean, your teammates, the sports world, the sports media, the sports journalists, the sports fans, everybody want to see Shedeur Sanders out there playing, except for your family and your coach. Everybody else, is waiting for you to fail, Dylan Gabriel. So, good luck when you go when you overseas and you first start with the Vikings. Why the Vikings overseas 2 weeks in a row? I have no idea. But anyway, Dylan Gabriel, good luck, buddy. Because like I say, it's me against the world for you right there. And when I say me against the world, I literally do mean you against the world, the entire sports world. So good luck, buddy. We'll see what you can do. But just so you know, every little mess up, every little mistake you make is gonna be blown up in a contention. We're trying to get Shedeur Sanders on the field. So Dylan Gabriel, Cleveland Browns, this is your bed. I hope you're prepared to lie in it until Shedeur Sanders get on that field.
That's facts. Even his own teammates probably want him to fail. It's a tough situation to be in, for sure. All right. Let's see what Revenite Nation has to say on today. See some posts on today. Let's see who we got.
What are y'all talking about?
The VP is doping on the Aces, making it back to another WNBA Finals on the back of AJ Wilson. The guards need to do better, or the Phoenix Mercury will take the chip. Nope, Cheryl Reeves complained about losing due to refs instead of facing the fact that she lost to a great team. I'm also giving instructions to cue the Lunas for 5 for 5. I'm out. Appreciate your duties, taking care of your duties, VP. The president's in the building. He said, I'm participating in the Hornet Hog Tying Huddle in Bee Cave, Texas.
Bee Cave. Bee Cave.
Snowman Multimedia, what's up? And the Yankees are going to get eliminated by the Blue Jays.
Hardly.
Like we'll see. The president says he's doping on a sport that doesn't get a lot of love from NASCAR. Georgia's own Chase Elliott races his way into the playoffs last week. Winston from iTest says, dope, my Yankees skint up them bum socks this week.
Skint.
The president is doping on the MVP race between Aaron Judge and Kyle Riley is one for the books. Winston's noping on the Falcons fans that cried and said Bijan wasn't going to be as good as Jalen Carter, and Fontenot should get fired for drafting Bijan. That didn't age well. Read any comment about that?
Yes, it still remains to be seen. It's still too early, but I feel your excitement.
Okay. The president is noping on Joe Bullitt, announcer for FAMU, for that horrible comment towards the honeybees of Alabama State University. If I was the father of one of them, it would have been a Friday night fight in the parking lot. I didn't hear the comment, but I could imagine it dealt with weight issues.
You know what he said?
What
he called them when they came out. He introduced them as the face of Ozempic loudly over the intercom for everybody to hear. And that was kind of trash, but and they got fined $10,000 for that. The FAMU did, and he got suspended for 2 games.
Wow. The honeybees are a staple in Alabama State. The big girl dances, and they normally rock the house whenever they dance. All right, the president says noping on Shador Charlie Chaplin Sanders. There's a right and a wrong way to handle things. That was not funny. The president has a special dope. Brian Snicker, for 49 years of service to the Braves. He's practically been with them his entire adult life. Winston coping on Kyrie Lacey being nowhere near the accident, but the allegations drove him to an unalive himself. Rest in peace, young king. Last comment, the president is coping on with WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert has become the Will Smith of basketball. How come they don't want me mad? All right. Thank you, Reverend, for doping, and coping with us on today. As we get ready to get into the show, we got Hope from the Sports Roundtable joining us again on today. What's going on, Hope? What's going on,
happening? Good morning. Ain't that shaking, baby? It's basketball season.
Oh, Lord. Oh, gosh.
Season.
Oh,
Lord.
Yeah, I'm doping on basketball season.
Okay. We see that you're gonna be messing with Coach for a little while, with you being a Duke fan and Coach being a UNC fan.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but he was a Cooper Flag fan, though, I
think. Let's go into this college football review. I got to start with the game that happened between the hedges last week, where Alabama once again beat Georgia. As much scrutiny as Alabama's head coach has gotten, the one thing he can say is he is 2-0 against Kirby Smart. So before I get to Red, Coach, what are your thoughts about Georgia taking another L at the hands of Alabama? We thought Nick Saban had Kirby Smart's number, but the new sheriff in Alabama seems to have it as well. What says you, Coach?
Well, it's just like that old dog in the corner, like I said, that's wounded and hurt and realizing he ain't got no way out. So you got to do some desperate stuff to try to get out of it. So that's what Bama did. They just came out there, and Georgia didn't execute as well like I thought they would defensively. And Alabama, with Ty Simpson, the quarterback, he's moving himself up in the Heisman race big time with that win, because when you in a 30-plus game winning streak at that place, and you the quarterback, yeah, you're going to move up in the lot a little bit. So, yeah, that was a big win for Alabama. I mean, they have gotten the the people off of them for right now. Kalen DeBoer is happier because he got the people off of him at least for a week by beating Georgia. But if he comes out tonight, and lays the egg, they back on him. But it was a big win for Alabama. You muted. Oh,
what you got to say about that?
I'm muted. Oh no, I'm here. Yeah. this says more about, I guess, Kalen DeBoer has survived this Georgia Alabama thing, because if you count on Kirby's fingers, he got 4 rings on one finger and 2 rings on the other. There's 6 rings that you have. There is no way a guy that has 0 rings should be able to out decision make you in a big game, because you've been on the stage way more times than Kalen DeBoer has ever even dreamed of. So I would say that at this point, it got to be in Kirby's head. It's a mental thing, maybe beating his old employer is not something that he has accomplished a great deal yet, but it has to be in his head at this point. But yeah, Ty Simpson is showed some guts. I think Alabama has found another quarterback that is flying under the radar. But great game though. Great storyline, great game.
Fred, I'm gonna ask you a different question since you're a Georgia fan.
I hope so.
Who would you put most of the blame on for last week's loss by Georgia? And if you want to give percentages from 1 to 100% and break it up to equal 100%, go on and do it. Who's to blame for Georgia's loss?
I'll tell you who ain't to blame. Is this quarterback that Coach L.R. just keep drooling over, because this dude didn't impress me at all. You talking about the same quarterback who we shut out in the second half? He didn't do a doggone thing in the second half, but sit there and get the victory that we allowed him to get. Man, this is ridiculous. I just don't understand. What is it? Like Ho said, it is something going on in Kirby's head, because I don't get it with this team. I just don't get it. It's like you make the stupidest decisions and the worst mistakes against this team and only this team. No other team you do this stuff with, man. Why is it this team? Why is it this team we got to start off so freaking sloppy? I mean, every other team we be ready for. We come out, go down the field, score, let's get started. We ready to go on defense, let's ball. UGA ball. UGA defense, UGA ball is in effect. Here come Alabama. Come on the field, just march down the field on us like we ain't no type of defense at all. Like we just a straight joke on defense. Get the ball again, go right down the field on us again. You look up, blink your eye, it's 14-0 to open the game up with. 14-0 in our house to start the game. When does that ever happen? When does that ever happen in Kirby Smart history, a legacy since he's been coaching, that we open a game up with, go down 14-0 in our house? But here come Alabama, and it's always this uncharacteristic boo-boo. And I want to say the other word, but it's always this uncharacteristic boo-boo that always happens when we play Alabama. And it just pisses me off, because we don't do this stuff but to no other team but this one. I mean, we let them go up on us 14-0 to start the game. Mike Bobo, I have absolutely no idea what you was doing in that first half. Thankfully, you adjusted things in the second half. But Mike Bobo looking like, I want to say Zach Robinson, but he got his stuff together. But just looking like an old, sorry, no brains having offensive coordinator. It's like you're not self-aware of nothing that's going on in the first half, Mike Bobo. And you do this to a lot of games. Our offense come out, start the game off slow. But we didn't have a bad game, because when you look at the team stats, it's even all the way around. Total yards even. They got a few more passing yards. We got a few more rushing yards. We was running the ball on them all night long. And they which just really irks me. Is Kirby want to take these chances? Second half, I mean, we are just pounding them, and pounding them, stopping them. They not doing nothing, missing kicks, making mistakes. We pretty much saying we are pretty much in control of this game. We finally got these guys right where we want them. We get down there one time, we get down there about to score a turnover. Then we go down there again. We got the ball fourth down, and instead of tying the game up so we can get back, I'd rather tie the game up and play. Don't take no chances. No gambling, Kirby. What you gambling for? And if you go gamble, why you run that stupid play that we ain't ran all day? We was killing them with Owens, killing them with McGarrett. Why in the world are you gonna go to Cash Jones on a critical fourth down play? That's what I'm saying. This uncharacteristic boo-boo that you always try and always do when we play Alabama. You never do it when we play another team, but here come Alabama, and here come the nervousness, here come the paranoia, and here come the uncharacteristic boo-boo that just pisses me off every time we play this doggone team. And I don't want to say it's definitely in his head, because they not that better than us. We right there in the game. They beat us in the SEC championship game last year by 3 points. They beat us again by 3 points. So even no matter how much they get up on us, we always get back in the game, and it's always us doing some uncharacteristic boo-boo, Kirby coaching uncharacteristic that costs us this freaking game. Kalen, the boys arrived. Big he's arrived. He should have lost these 2 games we played. Had we played our brand of football, had we played the football that we're going to go out here and play today against Kentucky, I bet you we would have won that game. Now watch how we go out here and play against Kentucky. You ain't going to see none of that stuff. You ain't going to see none of that going down early about 14 points. You ain't going to see none of that taking stupid gambles on fourth down, turnovers in the red zone. None of it. You ain't going to see none of it today. But every time Alabama come around, here go the uncharacteristic boo-boo, and it just irks me and drive us UGA fans up the freaking wall and mad.
All right.
My dog on the
I'm proud of you for not slipping with any language. I'm proud of it, because it was on the tip of your tongue several times. So I truly appreciate you. So going back to my original question, since you mentioned Bobo and Kirby Smart, what's the percentage of the blame on Kirby? What's the percentage of the blame on Bobo?
Man, I'm putting 55 Kirby, 45 Bobo, because Kirby is the head coach and he allowed this stuff to happen. So you are the head coach, Kirby, and Bobo doing stuff you don't approve of, you got to tell him before the game. Look, Bobo, I don't want none of these sorry weak old screens that you running. I don't want none of this side to side. Up the field is what we do here. And that defensive coordinator, I might have to put about 25% for him, because he don't even show up to the second half. Kirby, you might well just take the defensive calls away from that clown, Glenn Schumann, and just put him to the back of the bench, because he ain't no good. Not when you call the timeouts and you the one running the huddle. What is he doing standing there with his clipboard, twiddling his thumb? He ain't got no control. He ain't getting no respect from the team. They look to you, Kirby, to lead. They don't look to this little Glenn Powell looking, Chad Waters looking guy. That's what he look like, Rev. He look like Glenn Powell. But he don't do anything but just stand there and let Kirby just take his you-know-what from him every game he mess up. So, Kirby, you might as well just call the defensive plays, man. God, that's what we got you for. Oh, man. Rev, I'm already wore out. We just 30 minutes in, man.
Yeah. I'm going to let you get a breather right quick. I'm going to just say this. It's appearing to me that if Georgia doesn't have superior talent, and if the talent is even or they have less talent than the team that they're playing, there's a good chance that they lose with Kirby Smart. The 2 teams that he had that won the national championships, they were far superior in talent than everyone else. Maybe not Alabama that first time, when Alabama went down with those injuries. But definitely the second year, they were far more talented than the other team. So I don't have a lot of trust in Kirby Smart if the talent between the two teams are even. The other thing is Mike Bobo is not that guy. He's not Todd Monken. And at some point, Kirby's going to have to cut ties with them because to run that play for Cash Jones, I don't even know if Cash Jones was a two-star athlete in Georgia when he was in high school. And all this talent, you're going to go to Cash Jones. You would have thought he was McCaffrey, who plays for the 49ers. I mean, all this talent, and you're going to go to your least athletic running back on the roster. That's just.
Yeah, I swear, they barely touched him and he tripped up, like looking like Urkel out there.
Yeah, it's inexcusable. All right, let's move on. Good morning to you, the Dixon Way. Glad to have you over there on YouTube.
What's up, Larry?
What do you have to say about Florida State losing in overtime on the road to Virginia? Are they frauds? I'm gonna start with Hope.
What my main man used to be on College Game Day used to say always, not so fast, my friend. Yeah, not so fast, my friend. Yeah, not so fast, my friend. Let's slow your roll on that Florida State talk.
All right.
Yeah, they beat Alabama. Then they done did some good things, but they still got the coach on the sideline that's quite not proven himself yet. So I'm not going to say they are frauds, but they are much better than what they're much better than what they were last year. So not frauds yet, but consistency is always the key. Let's see if you can continue to play better than you played last year. And with the guy at the quarterback, yeah, he's pretty good, but yeah, not frauds yet. But if they're not consistent enough, they'll end up being counterfeit.
Now,
for sure.
all you do know, it didn't take much for them to be much better this year than they were last year. They were trash this year. With a capital T.
They're playing better.
Much better. Much better.
Yeah. But that's what I mean.
They've already had a better season now than they had all of last year. All right, appreciate those comments. Coach, fraud alert for Florida State?
No, sir. Virginia beat them in a hostile environment at home in a close ball game in overtime. Virginia is not that bad. I ain't putting them up in the top 10, but Virginia is not a bad team at home. They got a pretty good squad. And Florida State, I'm going to say it right now, and I'll back it up. Florida State going to beat Miami tonight. Stay tuned. Yeah, like I always say, Florida State will beat Miami. That's not a prediction. That's a spoiler.
Okay.
Florida State is decent.
Red. Now we got Coach who's saying that in essence they're for real. Horace is like, let's slow the for real train down. So where do you fall in line when it comes to Florida State?
I guess I'll split down the middle, but I'm kind of leaning to a Coach. We'll find out exactly who they are tonight when they play Miami at their house. Like Coach said, they was on the road in Virginia last week. Virginia, I guess, was a little pumped up. I mean, they're 4-1 too, so they're not a bad team themselves. They felt they had a chance to show the world they was ready by beating a ranked team last week. So they were really prepared and pumped up in their house for a ranked team. And now we're gonna see how Florida State bounce back against another ranked team coming to their house, probably the best ranked team in their division. So put it like this, Rev. If they are frauds, we're gonna definitely find out tonight.
That's fair. That's fair. Let me throw this around for conversation. Coach, I'm start with you. Even though you don't like this team in your home state, is Ole Miss
Ugh.
the top team in the SEC right now? Is Ole Miss who beat
Lord.
LSU last week in a tough matchup at Ole Miss, the
Real.
best team? And I don't need you to think with your dislike for Ole Miss. I need you to be able to differentiate your dislike versus your analyst hat. So, with that being said, are they the best team in Mississippi? As Tupac once said, all eyes on you, Coach.
Yeah, you got, that's a double shot right there, because a disclaimer: I don't like Ole Miss and I don't like Lane Kiffin. That's a double shot right there. So we'll move past that. Trinidad Chandler's the quarterback for Ole Miss is for real. Ain't no doubt about it. That young man is for real, and he is taking the job from the old quarterback. And Trinidad Chandler's is getting Heisman talk already. I ain't saying Heisman right now, but that young dude is for real. He's mobile. He got a good arm, and he makes play. He make things happen for Ole Miss. If I had to look at it right now, Ole Miss would probably be the better team over everybody in the SEC. It was Georgia. They fallen at the beginning of the year. Everybody was hyping Texas. They fallen off. Texas A&M is sneaky good, but I still have some doubts about them, little tweaks about them, and Reed, the quarterback. I gotta go with Ole Miss, unfortunately, and that's because I can't say Vanderbilt. So yeah, Ole Miss is that team right now.
All right. Coach is going with Ole Miss as the top dog in the SEC. Retta, are you in his football analyst amen corner?
Well, I guess so, because you said right now, right? Yeah, so right now, yeah, they 5-0. And it seems like they don't have a few SEC games already that they already have been victory of. But right now is, Coach, what's today's date? October the 4th, right now. Now, if you ask me this question on November the 4th or December the 4th, are they going to be the best team? We'll see. Because between now and that point, they would have come to UGA. They would have had a few tough games. They would have went to Oklahoma. They would have played South Carolina at home, who's a tough team. Florida, I'm sure they're not worried about. And they would have went on the road to play their in-state rival, Mississippi State. So between now and then, if they're still undefeated in the SEC or undefeated at all, when you ask me this question in a month or so, are they the best team? I'll say without a doubt, unequivocally, yeah. But since you asking me this question on October the 4th, I'm just going to say, yeah, right now.
I'm going to let you have that one, right? Appreciate you, Jerome Case. Glad to be back on today. Ho! Where do you stand when it comes to Miss?
I'm not going to say that they're the best team right now or even later. I'm going to say that the lack of the expectation that we had for Ole Miss, and now that they are 5-0, I think we're just surprised that they're playing well and they're undefeated.
So who's the best team if you're not giving them credit?
Well, I'm giving them credit for playing well. They may be playing the best out of the SEC, but I don't think they're the best team.
Who is it? The fans want to know.
Yeah, it is a difference in playing the best and at the moment, but having the best team means that you have to continue to do it throughout the season.
Who is the team? Help give us the team who's better.
Texas A&M right now.
Give us the why. Give us why.
Defense. The defense is consistently coming each and every week, and they got a surprising offense, and they possibly could have the best quarterback in the SEC.
All right. Well, you gave us some good information. Now, Coach, I'm gonna go back to you on this one. Did Ho give you a get out of making Ole Miss the top dog in the SEC card right now? Which said Texas A&M, or are you gonna hold on to Ole Miss? 30 seconds.
Well, my arm's hurting for holding on to Ole Miss, but I'm gonna still give them the nod right now because Red made some points. They got a gauntlet of a schedule to go through, but as of today, you got to go with Ole Miss because the infusion of saying that the quarterback for A&M is the best
10
quarterback.
seconds, Coach. 10 seconds, Coach. It's not a little.
That's kind of tough.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna stay with Ole Miss.
Rex getting on you guys answering these questions. Take too long to answer the question. He said that was a long answer, Coach Red. And then he said you guys are answering questions like a 47 or 42. And then Coach Rex was getting on you. Your 30 seconds on. Jerome
Yes,
K
sir,
said,
Rex.
yeah, Ole Miss is currently the best team in the SEC.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. All right, last question on the preview, then we'll make some picks. And we're going to try to be a little bit quicker on these answers because it seems like y'all doing a little bit of Michael Jackson and the Michael Jackson of dancing machine. Watch that. All right, here we go.
Ours was definitely dancing.
Well, he finally came through. He finally came through the clutch and explained why he felt the way he felt. I was a little nervous for a minute because he started repeating himself. I thought I was listening to one of the choirs at my church do the refrain over and over again. But then he finally came through in the clutch and gave some strong facts on why he felt Texas A&M was the team. So he held strong. He held strong. All right, here it is. Is it time for James Franklin to bow out at Penn State with a record of 4-21 against top 10 teams in the NCAA? Red, I'm going to start with you. 45 seconds. You're on the clock.
Yeah, I hate to say it, man. Because James Franklin, you seem like a good guy, man. You seem like a real good dude. But it's just gonna be one of them stories. Sometimes the good guy just don't win, man. And man, 4-21 against ranked teams, dude. I mean, like me and Coach said, dude, you never win the big game, and eventually, I mean, you're not Joe Paterno, man. Like I say, I don't think you're gonna have a legacy at Penn State. Cause like I say, you don't win the big game. You can recruit some players now. Don't get me wrong, you can recruit some players.
Seconds, Red.
Oh yeah, got it. Okay. Bottom line, no. It's time to bow out. Time to bow out. God, man, I missed my thoughts up because I forgot about the time. Yeah, it's time to bow out.
Go ahead. 45.
I'm gonna say no. He don't need to buy out. They just need to fire him, but he don't need to buy out. You got to remember, he came into a situation that he replaced the legend. So all of his expectations are going to be compared to the legend. So, yeah, I don't think he need to buy out. I think they just need to fire him if they're trying to make the program move into a different direction. And let me go ahead and finish. Let me go ahead and finish that up before I send somebody to jail, as they said in the comment.
Mayfield said Penn State can't afford to fire him. $57 million buyout. Going back to Ole Miss, Mason said Ole Miss legit, but Lane at some point. VP
yes.
says, referring to Ho and Coach, show If they show up as your lawyers, y'all going to jail. Rex said Coach Franklin is a dynamic quarterback away from winning it all. When is he going to get it? When is he going to recruit it? Winston said, Oregon is going to be the catalyst for Franklin to get out of Penn State. He can't play in big games, and that was exacerbated by it being a whiteout game. Jerome says, Rev, that last loss to Oregon wasn't coaching. The QB just cracked with the last INT and OT. And Maceo gives us the information we need. His contract runs through 2031, and I don't know how many Pennsylvanians will be comfortable paying for a coach that's not coaching, whose contract lasts until 2031.
And I don't think he's going to get in the ring for then.
Jerome said, and Joe's legacy is remembered for wins. It's Joe's legacy is remembered for wins. His legacy is being remembered for covering up scandal. All right, we got you. We ain't gonna spend much time on that. Just real quickly, we gotta remember Bill O'Brien was the one who immediately followed Joe Pa. James Franklin followed Bill O'Brien.
Exactly. And that's why it's looking even worse for Franklin that's not getting the job done. Like I say, man, Franklin, you're a good man, and you give good interviews, sound like a real God-fearing, good brother. But, dude, you just can't win the big game. 4-21, I hate to say this, man, real. He's like one of these light-skinned brothers that you like, and he want to fit in so well. You know, he's a good guy, but man, dude, you just can't get the job done. We like you, brother, but you just can't get the job done, man. And sorry, that personality ain't gonna win you over when you lose in big games. And like you say, boosters, they want wins at Penn State. But you're a good guy. You're a real good man. Like I say, I love the interview last week on College Game Day. Like I say, you can talk up a storm, but when it comes to getting these big wins, man, you leave a lot to be desired. And like Rev said, when are you gonna recruit that guy or the guy to get you over the Scott? When you gonna get that man in Penn State? And I ain't talking about Michael Parsons. I'm talking about that man, that QB to get you over the hump.
All right. Just to let you guys know, Coach, I'm gonna give you the last word on this. James Franklin been spending a lot of time where I live now, Coatesville. He's trying to recruit 5-star offensive lineman named Max Hiller, a junior. Coatesville, team 7-0, ranked number 2 in the district, number 13 in the state. So he's been here in Coatesville quite a bit trying to get Max Hiller to commit to Penn State. Coach, last statement about this. Go ahead, Coach.
If y'all have ever seen, I know y'all have seen the Peanuts. Have you ever seen that Thanksgiving table where Franklin and the kid is sitting on one side and everybody else sitting on the other side? Mm-hmm. That's the exact thing James Franklin going through right now. He on the one side with nobody over there. Maybe Snoopy will sneak over there, but on the other side, them 21 teams he got beat by. Not right now. You can't come with us. You got to go stay on the other side, sir, until you're recognized as one of us. And
basically you're basically saying James Franklin should be eating. And right now is eating at the kids' table during Thanksgiving Day.
He eating at the kids' table during the playoffs.
Okay. I got you. Interesting comments right here. Jerome wanted to talk to Red about what the heck does colorism have to do with anything. But then the VP comes back and says, Jerome, colorism has something to do with it, because he says if Franklin was a hue darker, he would be out of there by now. He's a safe guy to have at the face of the program right now. Got a win, though.
Thank you.
And then they said Drew Allen with him. Whoever said that, they lied. Jerome said Penny State needs to open up that plastic Tiger wallet a little more. And Rex said, Jerome Case right, they got the money. All right, let's get on to picking some games. That's some good discussion.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Vincent, for answering my question.
Yeah, the VP, I think, put context to it. All right. Let's get to these picks. We got 3 games we're going to pick for the 12 o'clock hour. I'm going to give the president the last word. Franklin eating at the kids' table in the movie Brothers. All right, here we go, gentlemen. You got 3 games. You got 3 games to pick. 3 college football games. Let's go to the first one, which is not a ranked matchup, a matchup between 2 ranked teams, rather. You got Mississippi State and home, talking about the best team in the SEC, Texas A&M. So I'm going to start with you, Ho. Tell us why Texas A&M going to win this game.
They got an up and rising quarterback, Mr. Reed, and they got a defense that is unbelievable. But I will take Mississippi State in the points. But I think Texas A&M gets the win easily.
Since you brought the points, so what's the point?
Okay.
What's the points?
I want to say it's 14.
Okay.
Let me double check that.
All right. We'll go around.
I'll let you know before we come out of this.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Red, what you got? Who you got?
Man, I am loving Mississippi State defense. I mean, you look at some of these games, man, they really been D'ing up. One thing, they ain't even let score at all. And Texas A&M, your defense is a little inconsistent. I mean, but you guys are at home, and I think that's why I'm gonna give you the safe ride, because y'all at home playing Mississippi State, and I think your offense is a little bit better than their offense, and you're at home, so that should hold serve. So I'm gonna take Texas A&M, but not by a lot. I'm gonna say they'll win by like maybe a field goal. I don't think they're gonna blow Mississippi State out. Mississippi State got defense. The defense travels.
So you going along with Ho that they're gonna cover whatever the spread is?
Yeah, they'll cover the spread.
It's 15.
Okay.
Ooh.
They won't beat about it. They won't beat about 2 touchdowns. But
15. The spread is 15. So yeah, that's 2 touchdowns. They're not gonna beat them by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's too hot. That's too much.
Coach, are you going with your home team or hometown team, or you going with Texas A&M? Who you got?
12 man in effect. Texas A&M gonna win. Mississippi State is not gonna beat them. They're gonna give a good effort, like everybody's saying, but A&M not gonna lose to them at home.
All right. So Winston from the eye test going with Mississippi State. Something tells me he likes Texas, because that sounds like an anti-Texas pick right there. Folk who don't like Texas. He's a rooter for Texas. Sounds like somebody who can't stand Texas A&M right there. Jerome Case, Texas A&M. Rex got the 12-man, Texas A&M. The president got Texas A&M. Spread is covered. Also, he got VP got Texas A&M as well. VP, man, you sticking around longer than I thought. You had given us the peace sign earlier, and you still around.
I thought you had played.
Yeah, he gave us the deuce about 30 minutes ago. I was like, whoa. All right. On to the next one. Vanderbilt versus Alabama. Vanderbilt pulled off the huge upset last year in Nashville, but this game is in Tuscaloosa. Red, who you got, brother?
Well, I guess if y'all asking me, y'all obviously didn't read my post yesterday. So allow me to rephrase my post. I don't care what y'all think. You doggone right. I'm cheering for Vanderbilt to beat Alabama. You hear me? Coach, Rev, and Coach. I don't care what y'all think. I'm choosing Vanderbilt. I ain't gonna hate on Alabama because I can't see this team again. I got to do everything to make sure my Bulldogs do not see Alabama again. Look, But whatever adjustments we got to make against Alabama, we'll make them next season. But this season,
all right, I got to mute you, Red. We ain't gonna let you talk about Georgia. All right, that's over. We gave you 20 minutes to talk about that. I didn't cut you off. We're gonna stick with this game, and let's remember there's a difference between cheering for a team and picking a team. So the question is, are you picking Vanderbilt to beat Alabama? Go ahead.
I'm picking Vanderbilt. That's why I'm going for the upset.
All right, he's going for the upset. All right, Coach, who you got, man?
Well, the quarterback for Vanderbilt, Diego Pavia, is no joke. That kid, ain't a kid anymore. He's an old guy. He's playing ball. But this year is not going to happen. I think Alabama has the motivation after winning last week to get revenge here, and they're trying to make it to the playoffs. And Kalen DeBoer is kind of trying to throw a little water on that fire, which has died down. So I'm going with Alabama at home.
All right, so we got 2 Alabamas and a Vanderbilt. Let's do what Revenant Nation got to say. Okay, the VP say he's delayed. Winston said, I'm an Oregon fan, no dog in this race. Just think it's going to be the upset of the day. Okay. Do you smell it like the president smells his upset? Let us know. Winston got Bama. The VP got Bama, will be more disciplined than my game chickens were against Vandy. Bama by 17. Good morning to you, Donnie. Rex said, I'm going with Bama. Ty would not have an emotional letdown after the huge win last weekend. Press said, I don't like Alabama, but I'm a realist. Alabama. Jerome said, Alabama and their alternate universe super tanker running back.
All right. When we checked down in the second half last week.
Last game. Coach, it's on you. Miami versus Florida State. And it looks like Carson Beck is starting to bet. He be betting down there in Miami like he did in Georgia. If you don't know what that means is he's been throwing some INTs lately. So with that being said, Coach, you've already let the cat out the bag. Tell us why Florida State's going to beat Miami today.
I'll say Florida State going to beat Miami because Castellanos, the quarterback for Florida, is going to have a big game running and passing. And like you just said, Beck going to Beck. And he's going to start throwing those interceptions. That Florida State defense is going to be on him like a bill collector. Florida State going to win at home against Miami. First loss.
Oh, you riding that Florida State train over Miami with Coach?
Yeah, only because they are a 4.5 point underdog. So, yeah, I think they'll pull out the win. I'll take the money line on this one. I think they'll win at home.
All right. Red, are you joining that Florida State train or you riding with your former quarterback, Carson Beck, in the Miami Hurricane?
Red, you know good well I ain't riding with no Carson Beck. I'm with you and Coach. Beck gonna be becking all night. Florida State gonna be bouncing back, and Beck gonna make sure they bounce back because he's gonna throw them about 2 or 3 kicks. So just be ready, Florida State defenders. Just hold your hands like this. Ball gonna come right in there, and y'all bounce back. I'm taking Florida State.
All right, let's see what Revenant Nation got to say. Winston said in that last pick, I got a whiff of it, not a full smell with Mississippi State beating Texas A&M. I love the explanation. I like it. Rex said, go Noles, baby. The note must control the line of scrimmage. The Noles. Okay. I didn't know if you were coming up with a new nickname or not. Jerome K said Florida State will win because the Noles can't afford to lose 2 games in a row. That Virginia loss was motivation. The president got free shoes. You, better known as Florida State University. The VP said Category 5 rolling in the dope. Campbell Stadium. The forecast isn't good. There'll be floods everywhere. Beck is the only one that can't screw this up. The Canes should run the ball down Chief O'Scala's throat. All right. And that concludes our picks for this week. It's time to go to halftime. And we have now officially reached halftime of the Red and Red Sports Show. We've given you some real good sports talk, gave you our dope no coat moments for this week, talked a lot of college football. On the other side of halftime, we got some NFL. We got some Major League playoff baseball to talk about that won't include the Atlanta Braves. So hang out with your boy, Red, Coach, and Hope for the second half of the Red and Red Sports Show. We'll be right back. We're back on the Red and Red Sports Show. And we're all back. All right, there we go. We're all back. Everybody's back in front of their cameras. So let's ready to rock and roll. Let's see. As a reminder, gentlemen, turn off your mics during halftime. All right. There we go. All right, gentlemen. Let's shift gears for a little bit. Major League playoffs are live and well. The first round is officially over. Now both leagues have what we may call their respective Final Fours. So we got the Cubs and Brewers, Dodgers versus Phillies in the National League, and then Yankees, Blue Jays, Tigers, Mariners in the American League. Give us your winners in these games right here, National League, Divisional Series, American League Division Series. So we'll start with first game that's happening today at 2 o'clock. Cubs versus Brewers. Coach, who you got in that series? In how many games?
I'm gonna go with the Brewers in 3. I mean, not 3, 4. I'm sorry, Brewers in 4.
Any particular reason why?
I think the hitting is pretty good with Yelich and those guys. I think the Cubs have overachieved, patchwork together. They putting it together, but I don't think it's going to be enough to beat the Brewers. The Brewers got hot toward the end of the year, and I think that momentum continues. So I'm going to go with the Brewers in 4.
All right. Ho, do you join Coach with that sentiment? Brewers in 4 over the Cubs?
No, I got the Cubs. I got the Cubs. This what is 5-game series, or this going to 7 all the way?
5 games.
Okay, so I got the Cubs in 5.
And any reason why you got the Cubs?
Yeah. I think the defense, and I think it's just the Major League way. The Major League way is that they want to keep a tradition going, and And I think in the National League, Chicago has the biggest tradition. So I'm just gonna stick with that. And plus, I like Dansby.
You still holding on to your Braves tie with Dansby Swanson. All right, I got you.
That's the only hope I got right now. So go Dansby.
Red, who you rocking with? Hole's selection with the Cubs or Coach's selection with the Brewers?
Well, I gotta give Dansby credit. He played some good defense in that wild card series. But Cubs offense is just not enough to beat the Brewers. The Brewers, they got the pitching and they just find ways to win games. I mean, multiple streaks this year, 10 games, 14 games. I mean, they'll struggle a little bit, but you look up, they'll be back winning again. So even if they struggle a game or two in this series, they'll do enough to get past the Cubs. I mean, they did enough to get past them in the division when the Cubs broke out strong in the division this year. Well, they were leading it for a while, and you look up who right behind them, Milwaukee, chugging, and eventually overtook them. Just like they're gonna overtake them in this series eventually. Now the Cubs will play good defense, but like I say, that them bats, they go silent too often in Milwaukee. They constantly hit. And they constantly finding ways to score runs, even if it's from the home run or from small balls. Milwaukee find ways to get across that plate. So I'm gonna take the Brewers in 4 games. I get a Cubs 1, but I'm gonna take the Brewers in 4 games.
All right, Alexis Hill rocking with Hole saying I got Cubs in 5 as well. All right, let's go to this other series. You got the Tigers versus the Mariners in the AL DS. Red, I'll start with you. Who you got?
I'm rocking with the Tigers. I know the Tigers has had an awful collapse, pretty much the worst collapse in division history. But hey, like manager AJ Hint said in the locker room the other day, we right where we want to be, fellas. We in a division series and we still got a ring, a chance to win it all in front of us. So no matter what happened with the division, you still got past the Guardians. You should have had home field, but you didn't. You really should have had a bye week, but you didn't. But you're right where you want to be. You're in the Final Four of the ALCS. I mean, like Rev said, you're in the Final Four of the American League. So you're right where you wanted to be. I mean, that was the goal from the beginning. So I like your pitching. Tarek Scuba, I love him. And you really just need one more pitcher to show up. But your bats are starting to wake up now. They went to sleep for the longest time, but they're starting to wake up at the right time. Torkelson is hitting. Riley Green is starting to hit. You got rid of Charlie Morton, thank God, so he can't hate on it. But like I say, you're pitching it. My bad, coach. But you're pitching and you're pitching and your defense and your hitting is waking up at the right time after such a long, and I mean a long layover. I mean, you guys pretty much lost the division, but you're waking up at the right time. So I'm gonna take the Tigers over the Mariners in the series, Reb, because the Mariners pitching right now is a little suspect, especially with their number 1 pitcher, Wu, not even 100% healthy right now. I love the offense. I love Cal Riley and Rodriguez and Suarez and what's the dude they got from Tampa? Rosiana. But them Tigers, like I say, them Tigers, they're a little bit more dominant right now. So I'm gonna take
how many games?
I wouldn't be surprised them go 5 games. Matter of fact, yeah, I'm gonna take the Tigers in 5 games because the Mariners ain't gonna go down quietly now. So it's gonna be a good series. I'm just gonna take the Tigers because the Tigers have the best pitching and the dominant pitching. You can throw Tariq Skubal out there multiple times, more than once. I don't know who the Mariners gonna rely on pitching wise, but the Tigers, I know who they gonna rely on. So.
All right, going back to the last series, Alexis, you had the Cubs in 5. Jerome Case has the Cubs in 4. Do it for the city and the mayor. And the president said, now I'm rocking with Red and Coach, Brewers in 5. So Hart's got some momentum with Alexis and Jerome. All right, Hart, who you got in this Mariners-Tiger series?
Mariners in 5. Mariners in 5 because they got They got some hitters. I like Detroit. I like Detroit's momentum, but I like the Mariners because they're at home, more or less. And so I'm rocking with the Mariners in 5 in this because of the home field advantage.
Home field advantage, Charles says, is the difference maker. Coach, it's a divided show right now. You got one guy who you've been on the show with for a long time saying, I'm going with the Tigers. Then you got Ho, who you be rocking with a lot on Wednesdays, saying, I'm rocking with the Mariners. So which one of the co-hosts that you have some good quality time with on air you going with?
That's a loaded kind of statement right there, Red. That's pretty loaded right there.
Just calling the facts, that's all.
Going with the baseball side of the equation, Detroit, Tariq Cooper pitches and wins game 1. And that's pretty much going to be it.
So you got the Tigers.
I'm going with the Mariners. Yeah, the Tigers. I'm going with the Mariners.
In how many games?
5.
Okay. So we still got a divided panel, and also we got a divided Revenant Nation. Alexis said Mariners in 5, but the president said Tigers in 4. So he's rocking with Red.
You know what? Real. I'm with the president. Tigers in 4. 'Cause I keep forgetting the Mariners do have home field advantage. So yeah, if it's game 5 in Seattle, yeah. So Tigers, you probably need to win it in 4. I don't think you want that game 5 in Seattle.
All right, let's go to this other matchup in the American League Divisional Series. The Yankees come back from being down against the Boston Red Sox to advance. And who do they get? They get Vlad Guerrero's son, the Toronto Blue Jays. And earlier, Jerome Case said, go Yankees, see y'all in the World Series. All right. So Jerome Case has already made his case on why the Yankees are going to the World Series. Let's see what you got to say, Coach. Who you got, man?
And Toronto ain't been good since Joe Carter. I'm going with the Yankees in 4.
The Yankees in 4. Give us a little bit more analysis than they haven't been good since Joe Carter, because they got to be good to be in the Final 4. So give us a little bit more analysis.
Okay, they're good this year. You heard Toronto nibbling around, but they ain't been in a playoff, consistent playoff team. No, sir. They got good this year. I'm going with the Yankees to go and mop them up in 4 games. Toronto will get 1, I guess, on GP. But the Yankees hitting only if Aaron Boone does not act a fool and make coaching mistakes. That's what's going to be the key right there. Aaron Boone and his coaching trip ups.
So coaches,
Yankees in 4.
Coach is going with the experience factor. That's what I was able to interpret from what he said. The experience factor will make a difference why the Yankees will wind up beating the Blue Jays. Red, do you buy that argument?
I don't want to buy it, but no. Toronto been balling all year long, and even when the Yankees had a chance to steal it from Toronto, balled on the Yankees, balled out on them. I think they went 6-1 versus the Yankees down the stretch. And you got now here you go, Ho. I got you. You want to talk about a former Brave? I'm going with a former Brave today. Kevin Gausman. Remember him? Part of our pitching staff back in the day? Yeah. For some reason, he don't turn into an ace. And he's the Blue Jays ace. And he has been dominating the Yankees lately. So I'm going with him. I'm going with Max Scherzer up there. I'm going with Vlad Guerrero Jr. I don't think Bo Bichette is going to be around this series, but we still got George Springer up there from his Astro days. He's got experience. Remember him with the Astros? He was part of that World Series team. Yeah, the one that cheated, but he still got playoff experience. So I like the catcher, Christian Kirk. I like Varsho. I like, man, the Blue Jays got a nice little lineup themselves. And really, like you say, when it comes to the Yankees lineup, all you gotta do is shut Aaron Judge down and little Jazz Chisholm, and don't let Stanton go over the fence on you. And I think the Blue Jays got the pitching to do it because they pitching been on point all season long. The Yankees, man, if it ain't Fried or Rodon out there, I don't know who they gonna depend on. The Gill coming up today, man, almost a 4 ERA. So I'm going with the Blue Jays on this one. Y'all know I hate the Yankees. That's right, Winston. I hate the Yankees. I'm a Braves fan, and Braves fans, we hate the Yankees. So I definitely ain't cheering for them to win. Well, we should hate the Blue Jays too because they beat us up in the World Series too. But they didn't. Yeah, they did, real. But we ain't the Phillies though. They didn't pull no Joe Carter on the real. So remind your Philly fans they talking that trash. At least they didn't go Joe Carter walk off on us. Mitch Williams, baby.
All right, Horace, break the tie, man. We got a Yankees and we got a Blue Jay.
Come on, Horace.
Well, if you know my history with the state of New York, it's not good. I cheered for Dansby, and I would cheer for Fried, but you went to the wrong team. Toronto in 5, home field advantage.
That's right, baby.
Remember if they dominated the division, and they dominated the Yankees in the division, they just gonna have that momentum all the way to the playoff. And I agree, Aaron Boone will be out of here after this beatdown in Toronto.
I don't know why. I would just keep bringing them back like Dave Roberts.
So you push home field advantage, but it sounds more like Yankees hate. All right, what's that?
I don't even like New York. I don't even like New York pizza.
All right. We got some comments. Winston says Yankees back to the World Series, winning it all this time, just getting back to being healthy at the right time. The VP says Cito Gasson has entered the chat to say Yankees in 5. Alexis Hill says Blue Jays in 5, and Aaron Boone is gone. The president said the evil empire shall prevail. Nothing good came out of Toronto since Aubrey Graham on Degrassi, and that's a stretch. Jerome K said, Coach, I'm with you. Yankees coaching is the only thing that scares me. Red, go on and swallow your pride and pick the Bronx Bombers. The VP said Yogi Berra has also entered the chat to say the future ain't what it used to be. Yankees in 5. Winston said Red got all the solutions to beat my Yankees. So what's the answer to beating the Braves this postseason? Oh, I forget y'all was out before the paint dried on the lines. Shots fired.
Oh, Lord. Yes.
We'll be back. We'll be back next season. Don't worry, baby, about my Braves. We'll be back next season, and we got one of these more recent than your team. Okay.
All right, last game. And the people around my area are really interested to see who y'all gonna pick. You got the Los Angeles Dodgers coming off smacking up and down the Cincinnati Reds in that first round, beating them decisively 2-0. So you got the Dodgers coming into Philly, playing the Phillies. So, Red, I'm going to start with you, bro. Who you got with this one? Phillies versus Dodgers.
Oh, my God. Is it a way that both teams can lose? Or can I just take the fifth on this for real? Because I hate both of these teams. Who do I want to win? Who gonna win? I hope neither of them win. I hope the series is tied after 5. Both of them win 2.5, and I'll just win. The Phillies are gonna lose. Dodgers got too much firepower, too much pitching. The Phillies, they don't even have they starting Wheeler not playing, and they can be up and down team whenever you least expect it. And the Dodgers, they ain't gonna play that game with you. You don't come in there on fire, they're gonna blow you right out the water. What's this? A best of 5? Dodgers in 3, baby. Sweep them. 3-0. Dodgers.
Man, that sounds like a pick. Like you just straight hate the Phillies.
Well, I said they got a lot of fire, man. They got Freddie Freeman, they got Otani, they got Betts. I mean, I know the Phillies got Schwarber and Harper, but man, it's Otani with Otani pitching now. The way he's back to pitching and hitting, so that's just a extra weapon they got. I mean, the Dodgers, that other Asian dude that the Dodgers got, I forgot his name, begin with a Y. He's on fire. You got Snell. Snell's ready. You know, you got, and the rest of the guys, the ones who ain't starting, they putting them to the bullpen. So even if the starters go wrong, they'll just put the other guys out there in the bullpen and shut you down. And they'll just wait and wait till Freddie and Betts and Otani get hot, and eventually Will Smith, they will, because eventually the pitcher, guess what, Rev? The Phillies bullpen, as you know, ain't all that. So if I were the Dodgers, I'd just wait to start out. Just wait to start out and get that bullpen up in there, and the Dodgers gonna go tear all off on that bullpen. Thompson ain't gonna be able to do nothing. He gonna take one guy out and put another one in, and he gonna get tagged too, because it is playoff time, and Freddie Freeman and Otani, they are ready for the postseason, baby. You wanted Braves love? Well, I'm giving you Braves love with old Freddie Freeman. He was the MVP last year, and he gonna carry him again this year, at least for this series, because Freddie hate the Phillies too. So I can't believe I'm cheering for the Dodgers, but I stayed in LA for a few years. I went to a Dodger game or two. I still don't like the Dodgers, but I got a lot of friends who are Dodger fans. So I guess I'm representing for y'all. Let's go blue. Just for this season.
Who you got, man?
Actually, I can just copy and paste what Red said into my pick, because I hate both teams, to be honest with you. Whoever win, I hope whoever win. Nah, I tell you this way. Whoever win and lose, I hope they lose. They top 3 players, and they can't finish in the World Series. So whoever wins, yeah.
We hoping for a calamity in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
I just,
I ain't go that far down.
I hope Freddie Freeman stay healthy, and I hope he beat the Phillies for sure, because I don't like the Phillies. I don't like the Phillies more than I like the Dodgers. So, and plus I don't eat Philly cheesesteak either. So I'm just all the way. I'm just yeah. Go blue.
Some as you said, your dealings in New York aren't too good. Some tell me your dealings in Philadelphia ain't good either. The way you go.
Yeah, they jumped on some Falcon fans some years ago.
Okay.
I heard. Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm like, yeah.
You ain't got much love for Philly fans. They are the most boisterous and rambunctious in probably sports. Yeah. So I could understand.
And look, and since I'm wearing blue today, I might as well go with the Dodger blue. I just want to see if Coach go pull out his thing.
I think that just made Coach go with the Phillies. I got a sneaky suspicion. Go, Coach.
H.O., I ain't forgot. Here it is. You take a good look. I ain't forgot now. This still is.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
That ugly Duke shirt. It's gonna be. You got Rev. You got Philly pitching against Dodger hitting. Then on the other side, you got Dodger pitching against Philly hitting. And just because I think the Dodgers have the edge, because Philly's pitchers, that's a heck of a lineup you got to go through with the Dodgers, with Otanis and Mookie Betts and those guys, Freeman, Teoscar Hernandez. That's a little too much though. Now Philly got a Harper and all those guys, but Red already said it pitching wise. No Zach Wheeler, who could give you 2 starts, but now he can't give you none because he's on the bench. I mean, he's done for the year, so that's going to be the deciding factor. It could be close, but I think that pitching matchup is going to determine it. Dodgers in 4.
Dodgers in 4. So all across the board, we got the Dodgers. All right.
Yes.
Let's see what the Reverend Knight Nation got to say. Trump will be back next season. Doesn't mean he'll be better. I've read. Lexus Hill, Dodgers in 5. The president, Phillies will be turned to Scrapple Dodgers. The VP said if NLDS could end in a tie between the Phillies and Dodgers, Red Rose would be pleased. The VP said could be a Dodgers Yanks remix like Timberland and Missy Elliott. Jerome K says Dodgers, Crips over Bloods. VP said, "Oh, just Crip walking out here with the Dodgers." Jerome K said,
Can I correct the VP?
Good.
I'm a bankhead bounce instead of a Crip walk.
Okay. He gonna keep it straight ATL. All right. Jerome K said, "Dang, oh, you let it, you hate, denying your taste buds the enjoyment of delicious cheesy meat sandwich." Talking about that Philly cheesesteaks that you say you don't eat.
Jerome, you grossing me out the way you describe it.
I read it.
The VP said Otani bets that the Dodgers. Lord, that was good. All right, you know the major predictions. We'll see who's winning. The predictions next week, as some of these will probably be determined by it. All right, gentlemen, let's get to our 5 for 5 this segment where we talk 5 topics for only 5 minutes. Our panelists will have 1 minute each to talk about the topic at hand. 45 seconds single screen, 15 seconds group screen. They go over a minute, that's when they get muted. So we got 5 topics. VP, you already gave us the directions, so I guess there's no need to retype it. So we will follow your earlier command when you said cue loading. There we go. That's the right song. He said, "I'm still here, baby." All right. Let's get to these 5 topics. Coach, we'll start with you. The WNBA Finals is starting this weekend. You got the Los Angeles Aces, who've been there several times, against the Phoenix Mercury. Who are you rolling with, Coach?
Well, if last night was any indication, we in for a heck of a series between these two. But I'm gonna go with Phoenix because of the overall height they got. Because Young and Chelsea Gray and Jewel Lloyd can go into slumps, and Asia Wilson didn't have that big a game last night. But Phoenix is loaded with all those players, all those Olympic players. I'm gonna go with Phoenix winning the series and upsetting the Aces.
Oh, who you got, man?
I'm going with the Las Vegas Aces. How can you pick against a place where you can place all of your bets, and you got Asia Wilson, who had a subpar game, who's going to come back and show everybody why she's going to win MVP again.
All right, Red, who you got, man?
Yeah, I'm with hold this one. I'm with the Aces. I mean, if Asia has a subpar game, they still won. So I mean, if they win it with her subpar game, just imagine when she have a great game. They'll probably, they might sweep the Mercury. So I don't know. I just don't believe. I believe in the Aces because they've been there before. They got the best coach. They got the best players. Seems like they got the best team. I'm gonna go with the Aces.
All right, we lost 1, so we still got 2 to give comments. Let's move on. See what Reverend Knight Nation has to say. Winston said the VP hanging around all show when he's supposed to be gone. CP time at his greatest. The planets will align with the Aces, says the president. Lex Hill got Vegas. The VP said Aces guards need to be on their game. The Mercury defense is no joke. Dana Evans, keep it. Jerome Case said, I'm going with the 4-time WNBA MVP, Aja Wilson, and the Aces. The VP said Aja with 21 points and 10 rebounds. Being subpar is very, very scary. I would have to agree with that. Jerome Case said, Rev, will y'all cover the Desperation Bowl, Clemson versus North Carolina? I don't think so. We'll see. All right. Harsh, coach, you back?
Yes, sir. I'm back.
Shador Sanders responds to some critics with some questionable words. What's your thoughts about his words, Joe?
Sometimes being silent speaks volume. And that's all I would have to say. Sometimes being silent speaks volume.
All right, Red, what you got to say on that?
Well, what's my thoughts on his word? I can't really tell you, Red, because I ain't got none of them. I mean, I'm not a good lip reader. I'm trying to read lips, but and I'll just talk about he's acting like a mime. First of all, mimes don't speak. Mimes don't move their lips. They do this signs. You know, they don't like I'm be doing when we do the 5 for 5. That's what mimes do. Mimes don't sit there and mouth words. Okay, so kill all the mimes. It would be funny if he had a secure spot, if he wasn't in such a bad position right now. But when you trying to make the team and you trying to not bring negative attention to yourself, it it looks kind of silly and stupid. I mean, you shouldn't be worrying about what Rex Ryan said. You shouldn't be trying to play these word games with people in the media. The only thing you need to be focused on is getting better and waiting for your opportunity. And when you get your opportunity, you're gonna shine. So it's not a good look, but hopefully it's something else that we can move on. It's just not a good look, though.
Coach.
Shador Sanders. Shut up. That's all. Shador. Just shut up. Don't say nothing. They don't put a microphone. I mean, just stay away from microphones. They're your enemy right now because they're gonna twist your words no matter what you say. Stay away from the microphone.
All right, the president says better be silent and be thought of as a fool. Shown the door. Keep taking it as a challenge. Shown the door. Lord have mercy. That's pretty clever. On to the next topic. Nafizia Collier speaks out. She goes in on the WNBA commissioner and basically says, you're not all that. And you really are not operating in the best interest of the WNBA nor its players. What says you read about the WNBA comments from Nafizia Collier?
Well, thank you, Nafizia, for staying with me and Rev and Coach and so many other sports fans been saying for the longest time. I'm surprised it took this long for one of the players to come out and challenge the WNBA leadership. I mean, you should challenge the marketing department too, Nafizia. It's just when you got ladies involved, ladies ain't. I mean, most ladies you speak out when things are going wrong in the work department, in the employment department. And the fact that these ladies have stayed silent for this long, I'm glad Nafisa Carly is speaking out because she's right. I mean, the leadership is terrible. The marketing is terrible. You got ladies that should be out here and seen all around the country and globe. I mean, you should make the game marketable when you got marketable players like Caitlin Clark and whatnot. But Nafisa was right to call them out, and I hope we can actually see some positive changes going forward.
All right. Oh, what you got to say, man? About the fees and Collins
She should win MVP. Yeah, she should just win MVP for just the courage to stand up there and to prepare a letter to speak out and to stand on it. This is something that is in today's time. This is something that has made people fearful of standing out alone, or at least seemingly alone. But sometimes leadership has to be challenged and accountability has to be provided. More than anything, she's giving me some ideas to take to my corporate American job to see if I can derive me a letter like that as well. So great job.
Well, I hope you have another job lined up if you decide to do that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how well that's going to land in corporate America, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. She got enough. She got a league that she started, so she got something to fall back on. Coach, your thought?
Last night when Kathy Engelbert was supposed to comment on what Collier said, she said there was a lot of misinformation going on about what they talked about, but you never addressed what she say that what she said, yes or no. That lets me know all I need to know about what's going on with the commission. She never addressed it. What Collier said directly, yes or no, is what was asked of her. So she was backtracking and moonwalking like Michael Jackson in his last Thriller video. No call, Commissioner. You in trouble. Serious trouble.
All right. Got quite a few comments. Let's go back to Shador. The VP said you want to know how polarizing this young man is. When was the last time in recent or ancient history did we ever have a third string QB in our daily talking points? Shador is staying silent, and he's doing right by saying nothing. Jerome K says this just proves that the media has no heart. They built Shador up, have no problem tearing him down for a story. Now to the WNBA. The WNBA is not operating in the best interests of the WNBA. The VP said, he lit Catherine up. Trust me, Nafisa doesn't make those claims without speaking for the masses. Kathy's been feeling herself, and she's been failing at her job miserably for years. Jerome says the WNBA's leadership is not there for the player. They're operating as usual for the stakeholders and their wallets. VP said Deladon's comments were gasoline being poured on the fire. He said that she's not sure if Kathy knows that she's retired and hasn't reached out to. VP said Kathy danced around Fee's comments was like doing a river dance in her Irish claw. All right. On to the next. NBA training camp opens. So, what do you guys say about training camp?
Hey, I'm ready. I'm ready to see how this NBA season is going to go. The uniforms are popping in these new media outlets. Now we gotta subscribe to these new outlets to watch the NBA game. So that'll be interesting as well. But the training camp, very, very interested to see NBA basketball is back. So I'm good with it.
Well, the East said, is anybody the game now with the injuries and the trades and the weak skip, whatever you want to call it. The East is weak. The West is strong as usual. So anybody's game in each division. So let's get it started. Some different faces, different places. So here we go. Go West.
Sorry, I was looking at you today. But I'm happy. Like you say, another touchdown, Georgia. Open up the game hot. But I'm happy to see what the moves of the Hawks. I'm happy. I'm interested to see if the moves the Hawks made work out for Trey, and I'm interested to see what an entire training camp and off season will do for my Lakers and Luka. So let's go Lakers and Hawks. Another season, another chance for both my teams to make me proud or to disappoint me. Hopefully, make me proud. We gonna see. Go Lakers. Go Hawks.
All right. The VP said this should be a fun season. I haven't been this excited about an NBA season in a long time. So it seems like people are enjoying the parity and not going into the season knowing who's going to win.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. All right, last 5 for 5. Brian Snicker is out in Atlanta. Coach, what do you have to say about Brian Snicker? And if you want to have any comments about where the Braves should go, you can fit all that in 1 minute. Feel free to do so. Go.
Well, old Snitke was the unfortunate victim of the injury bug all year for his team. All injuries to all his starting pitchers, injuries to Acuna, Harris, Riley, and Jurgen Profile deciding he wanted to go on a steroid binge or whatever out of the season. So Snicker ends on a rough note, but he's been a lifer in baseball. And the next man to replace him, I'd say it on HO show is going to probably be, I'd say Walt Weiss.
Walt Weiss, keep it in-house. Red, what you got to say about that?
Like I say, thank you, Smith. You've been a lifelong Brave. Done a lot for the organizations over your 40-year career. We're going to wish you well. We appreciate everything you've done. You won us a ring back in 2021. I wasn't a huge fan of some of your managerial decisions at times. So, like I say, you had a good run, six-year run of playoffs. We had some good teams, some good pitching teams, some good offensive teams. So I'm wishing you well into retirement. And my pick to replace you will be former Brave catcher David Ross.
And David Ross. All right, Hope.
Thanks, Nick, for the unbelievable World Series in 2021. Some managerial decisions that we did not think that was going to happen. You won the World Series without your best player, which gives you very much kudos in my book. You've been a lifelong Braves guy, and I appreciate that. I think we're gonna move forward, and I wish we move forward with a younger guy. I'm tired of all these guys waiting till they 70 and 75 to finish off with the Braves. But I said on my show Wednesday, I think the sleeper is going to be Cleveland Guardians manager Stephen Vault, former Braves. I think he comes in and give a joke to the organization and the Braves lineup, and I think Chipper Jones to be the hitting coach.
All right, let's see what the Reverend Knight Nation has anything to say. Going back to the basketball, Jerome K said, can't wait to see skinny Luka and Zion. Alexis said Brian Stick was starting to go down. One of the best Braves manager of all time. That's not too hard. There are only two that are relevant. Brian Snicker, the VP says, you're not you when you're hungry. Oh, I thought you said Snickers. Maybe Brian isn't hungry enough. I bet he never admit Ron Washington not being there to help further his demise. Now, here it is. Quick question. In 15 seconds, Coach, why did you want Walt Weiss to be the manager?
I mean, Weiss has been there, and I think Weiss has earned his stripes, in my opinion, being a bench coach, seeing everything going. And I know he probably got some ideas on what to do. It's a little tweak to go on, and if he had the personnel, I think he could win.
All right, Red, why David Ross in 15 seconds?
Well, we all know some of the best managers in baseball are former catchers. He is a former catcher, and he's a former catcher with our team, and he's familiar with some of the players on our team. So we make an old guy. It's not like we're going away, even though you're not hiring a guy on the staff right now. You still bringing back.
5 seconds.
Still bring back a former member of the family, so we still keep it in their house.
All right, now nobody said Ron Washington. He's available.
He had quadruple bypass.
So health concern.
He can finish out with the Angels. You don't bring him over here. That's why the Angels moving on.
So you don't bring him back as manager, but do you bring him back as third base coach?
If health wise he's up to it, I will do that.
I mean, if you make the comment as the VP made that losing Ron Washington was basically Brian Snicker's Achilles heel. He's available. So should the Braves at least bring him back as a consultant, if anything?
I bring him back. I mean, I bring him back as I won't bring him back as a manager because I don't think he can handle the whole, just the daily routine of all of that responsibility at his advanced age. But as a consultant, as a position manager, yeah, bench coach, sure, yeah.
All right.
If you go bring anybody back, I say you bring EY back.
EY.
The old first base coach.
Yeah, Eric Young Senior.
So, in what capacity?
In any capacity. But like I said, I like Stephen Vogt as the manager because did you see what he did to that Cleveland Guardians team? What he did with the team?
Yeah. So why you think you think they're gonna let him go? They come coach us? Because they Cleveland might want to lock him up.
Well, yeah, they couldn't make the phone call because they was in the playoff, but now that they out, they can make the phone call at least to gauge his interest. But who would you rather manage, the Guardians or the Braves? Look at the talent.
Well, I think in the Braves situation, it's a little different. Like they are very culture driven, and I don't know if you want to bring somebody who doesn't know the culture.
He played for the Braves.
How long ago?
He won the World Series. He got a ring with the Braves.
Now,
better pull him up. Better pull him up.
But does he have the respect of those Braves? Like the biggest nut to crack is Ronald Acuna Jr. He has a certain personality. Everybody can't handle him. Do you think he's somebody who Ronald will give respect to?
So this is what you do. You bring in Stephen Vogt as the manager, then you bring in the culture guys like a Ron Washington and an Eric Young, bring them back home to help the locker room and to help cultivate that culture as you've been doing. And also hire Chipper Jones as your hitting coach. So you don't have to worry about the day-to-day operation. All you got to do is just manage the team.
Okay. Yes. Jerome Case said the Braves fans, it's over. Your team is publicly traded. No money will be spent. Get ready for the Jerry Jones like he is. Merch, sponsorship deals, and skinny margins are all they care about.
Have you lost your mind? But man, that is not gonna happen. This was one bad year where our entire pitching staff got injured, and here this clown come talking about we finna be the Dallas Cowboys of baseball. Man, you sound like a complete moron, Jerome Case. That is not the Braves style. That is not the Braves way of doing things. Did you say Jerry Jones, do Terry McGirt, Alex Anthopoulos, and all those other guys in the Braves organization, do they look like Jerry Jones school of comedy rocks over here? No, we are a serious business, man. Truist Park and Braves ball, it is a serious business, man. We are talking about winning games making money, and winning Braves ain't been a laughing stock of an organization since the 80s. So miss me with all that Jerry Jones talk about my Braves, man. Save it. We had one bad year while our entire pitching staff got hurt. All of them got hurt. Lopez, Sales, Schwellenbach, and we even found a GM in Waltrip. So next year, you better look out. How about look? Just wait the next year, Jerome. We'll show you some Jerry Jones. Yeah, we got that Jerry Jones. Wait the next season.
The president said Jerome made it seem like the Braves about to hire Billy Knight.
For real,
Billy.
we got one off year in what for 6-7 years, and this clown talking about some clown show. Get out of here, Jerome. Your comments are a clown show.
He said you're in denial, Red. You're crying last year too. You were crying last year too.
Well, yeah, we're crying every year we get eliminated, but I'm saying we still are a winning organization.
Yeah, I think that's a bit far-fetched. You made the Braves, Jerome, look like they were back in the powder blue uniforms playing at Fulton County Stadium.
Whoa. Oh,
Like-
don't talk about the powder blues now. Okay.
Like the Braves still have great talent. They may not be the biggest spenders, but if the team stays out, you got to think about it. They started the year out without Verano Acuna Jr. Then once he gets back, the pitching staff starts getting hurt. Then you can't get Austin Riley to stay healthy. You have Albies in and out of the lineup with injuries. But then you got a good problem because you got one of the best players on the team being a young guy in Drake Baldwin. So it's not like they're devoid of stars. And, I mean, they have a complete lineup. And then you have Profile, who started the season out being suspended. So when you talk about then they got a shortstop with Kim, if they can lock him up for the long term. So the Braves going into next year are far better off than they were going into the season this year.
Right.
So I don't know if you want to say the Cowboys because Double-A makes some questionable moves, but he's a far better GM than Jerry Jones would ever dream to be. And we know that because he won a World Series based on his GM prowess. So I think that's a bit far-fetched, Jerome.
And not to forget, how did we play down the stretch? We had a 10-game winning streak. I swear, if the season had started in July, August, the Braves would be in great shape.
Brandon said Jerry Glanville isn't busy right now. Jerome comes back and says, Red, those mattresses behind you will be revitalized for the presidential suite at the Four Seasons before the Braves see the World Series again.
Well, you love my background, don't you, Jerome? I'm gonna send you these mattresses.
All right, the VP said,
oh man, that was good.
Famous last words. Wait till next season. So the VP throwing a jab at you, Red.
Yeah. You know how pitching staff got hurt.
All right, gentlemen, let's move this train on. We're gonna go right into these picks. Real quickly. I see we got all on the slate.
Georgia up 7-0 already, just to let Red know so he can start smiling.
Oh, I know. I'm watching the game.
Oh, yeah, you watching.
Yeah.
All right, real quickly, gentlemen. You're an Atlanta Falcons fan, am I correct?
Yes.
How you and Red feel about your team bouncing back from that awful loss against Carolina where they got shut out to beat a Jaden Daniel-less Washington Commanders team last week? What do you got to say about that?
Well, I had to pick against them in order for them to play well, and I guess it worked. Reverse psychology, and I was trying to tell Red that reverse psychology has to work. And it's a dang on shame that you have to talk bad about your team but not pick your team just so they can play well and do well, and to keep your emotions at bay. But I think they did play well this week. Bijan possibly could be the best running back in the National Football League. Kyle
Okay.
Pitts is doing his thing, and Penix, he wasn't double pumping this week, and I guess that's a good thing. I guess we need now we need to make sure that we stay consistent and be consistent, because that win one game, losing 3, and playing bad in the next 2 is not gonna work for me. So
I got you.
I can appreciate the win, but let's be consistent.
Consistency is the key, says Hope. Red, your thoughts about your team bouncing back?
Bouncing back, I love the bounce back. We started offense looking pretty healthy at full strength, looking pretty explosive and dominant. Defense, they didn't have their best game, but they played pretty solid. You know, enough. I mean, like I say, what I say every week, y'all. Offense, give me 30. I ain't gonna complain. And if we lose the game and the offense give me 30, I'm on the defense. But it was a good bounce back from that 30-0 beat down. Like I say, I tell folks that you just can't go crazy off one game. But I can understand why they did because of our history. I can, history with the coach, history just with bad losses, period, and history with falling victim to subpar teams. So I can understand the overreaction, but it was still just week 3. But like you Ho said, don't beat Washington, go into a bye week, and then come out against Buffalo and San Fran and then have a letdown. So like you guys said, consistency is the key. You got to come out on Monday night, you got to beat Buffalo. You got to come out 2 Sunday nights from tomorrow and beat San Francisco. And you got to keep winning like we did last October. And then you got Carolina at the start of November, and you got to get your revenge from that 30-0 beatdown. So you got to have a good month and finish the month off with your revenge against Carolina. Now you do all that, and we look up and we 5-2 and 6-2 in the next few weeks. Then yeah, I'll be really proud. But for right now, I'm just proud after 1 week. I'm not gonna overreact off of one game. Like I'm not gonna overreact off of one win. Like I'm not gonna overreact off of one loss. It was one win. We needed to win. It was a good bounce back. But like you and Ho said, if we ever let down against Buffalo and San Fran, it ain't gonna mean nothing. So come out, be consistent, and Ho, since your strategy worked so well, go ahead and pick Buffalo and San Fran for your pick this week.
All right, Coach, let me bounce over to you, man. Your team is doing relatively well. It seems like the stars are aligning for the Steelers to possibly win the division. Joe Burrow's out. Lamar Jackson is hurt. Ravens are 1-3. And the Cleveland Browns don't even know who their starting quarterback is. So you weren't really bullish on the Steelers at the beginning of the season. You kind of had like a wait and see. Are you now ready to stick your chest out and say it's the Steelers division for the taking?
No, sir. Because Lamar Jackson can heal and get better. He ain't going to be out the rest of the year, so he can heal. Cleveland, they always play us tough. Cincinnati, the team I'm not worried about because Jake the Snake Brown, and he's not going to do anything. I'm not worried about him. So, but they still got some flaws. We just lost Calvin Austin and Jalen Ramsey to injuries. So we got 2 more guys out that we're going to need down the stretch. Kenneth Gainwell, proud of him. That's a great game for him.
We're not going to go through the whole roster.
Oh, I thought you wanted to say,
No, we ain't going through the whole roster, though. All right. Just okay. Do you think they're going to win the division or not? You said no, and you said, all right, because we got the games to pick. We know you need to do a Steelers podcast because everybody who loves the Steelers, they need to know everybody who's in the training room, who's on injury reserve. You know, you can give it all, Coach. So you need to get ready to start that Steelers podcast sooner than later. So right now, you're not willing to stick your chest out and say the Steelers are going to win the division. I got you.
Okay, first things first. I'm noticing a Steelers backlash on here. I can't do the Steelers for my numbers. I can't talk about the Steelers.
Coach, it's got a backlash. I asked you a simple question, and you wanted to give us the reserves, the third string, the fourth string. You know.
All I talked about was injuries. No, it's not time to win yet. 4 games does not win the division.
But Gainwell ain't gonna be the difference between y'all winning the division or not. That's the point I make. Like nobody on first things first talking about you gotta watch out for that Kenny Gainwell. He's gonna be the difference between the Steelers winning and losing. That's all I'm saying. I ain't heard anything mentioned and nothing about the Steelers. Like you ain't even talking about Aaron Rodgers. That's the first thing. You didn't even mention Aaron Rodgers.
Can I finish?
Let's do it. 10 seconds, Coach. We gotta get to these games.
10 seconds.
Yes,
Steelers playing good right now.
All right, but you're not willing to say they're gonna win the division.
Coach, you should have came out and said, "Yeah, baby." I tell you, when you be positive, you probably would have got more time. You should have said, "Yeah, real. We up at a whoop, boy. Yeah, we better win this division." Are you crazy?
I think the Steelers fans are still struggling with having Aaron Rodgers. I think that's their biggest struggle. Because I have not seen hardly any Steelers fans really stick their chests out this year. And I know quite a few.
Coach sticking his chest out there, you're right.
Measuring.
Because Coach is typically the most optimistic Steelers fan we know. Even sometimes when he shouldn't be optimistic. For him to still have some reservations, that speaks volumes. All right. Quickly.
It's not reservation with Aaron Rodgers. Oh, no.
Was with your team.
Team-wise, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Alexis Hill says the Falcons are okay for now. Let's see what they do going forward. Jerome K said, I owe Red an apology for picking the Commanders over the Falcons. The play calling was excellent, just needs consistency. I still don't trust Raheem the Nightmare. He said, Jerome K said, Cleveland without borrowing the C from the word confusion. The VP said, Steelers Waterboy has come up with a revolutionary system. Every time they will lock up the division.
Steelers in 5.
That's the whole Shannon Sharp thing that he used to run. I'm laughing because I'm reading what the VP is saying, and typically he kind of saying it like that would be some coach would say to justify why the Steelers go win a game. I'm here with you, VP. I'm here with you. It's hilarious. That was hilarious. Jerome K said Coach should run for Congress because he has top 10 filibuster skills.
Jerome,
go ahead, Coach. Defend yourself.
At least I make coherent statements, not like you just did with the Braves. So we're gonna move on.
All right. You got your back. What's the word when you clap back? You got your clap back. All right, gentlemen, let's go to these NFL picks. Let me give you some pickle music. Let's do this. All right, I'm just do them in the order you give them to me. Start with Red, Giants versus the Saints. Giants coming off a big-time victory with Jackson Dart as their starting quarterback, but they lose their top wide receiver, Malik Neighbors. Do they go into New Orleans with the victory?
Well, for one of my fantasy teams' sake, I hope so. So I just got Jackson Dart to the team. So Jackson, I need you to play well this week. Need you running the ball. Maybe need you to make some quick passes to the other guy, Will Robinson. Use that running game. And but Dive defense playing pretty solid lately. So like I say, defense travels and the Saints are still the Saints. I mean, they still got quarterback issues. They still got issues all around. So Giants, if you have any iota of trying to be involved in this football season, I suggest you go down to New Orleans and get a win and show everybody that Brian Dable made the right move in going to Jackson Dart. I'm taking the Giants.
All right, before I go on,
I was wondering what you were laughing at.
the president said, "Got to take a jab at coach. If the Steelers score one more point than the other team, they win."
Coach, man. Just take my advice, Coach. Just start coming on here saying that they're going to beat everybody down. Go back to the old coach. They won't be able to say that.
Oh, man. Coach, you know they just...
President, we didn't get
Coach.
You when you missed your prediction.
Oh, man. VP says Strom Thurmond is just in the chat. Go ahead. Hold my bad for interrupting you. Giants versus Saints. Who you got, man?
I think I'm gonna go with the Giants this week. I've been hearing Alvin Kamara in trade rumors, so must mean some stuff going down in New Orleans that we don't that we might be happy about. So I'm gonna go with the Giants. They look like they got some momentum going right now. Look like the defense is playing well, and plus, I don't want the Saints to win.
Coach, who you got? So, Giants versus Saints.
I'm with the Alexis. Giants by 3.
Giants by 3. Okay.
Well, Rev, you do know the Saints have Spencer Rattler at quarterback, who is the great value Patrick Mahomes, so they don't have a chance. It's going to be the Giants.
You call that man the great value Patrick Mahomes. Wow. That's funny. Wisdom Thought said Giants. Jerome K said Saints by 3. Alexis Hill said Giants by 3. The president said Giants. On to the next game. The Vikings versus the Browns. Who you got, Hope?
Oh, boy. This is a tough one. They playing overseas, right?
Yep. No home field advantage.
Yeah, no home field advantage. I'm gonna take the Vikings defense. I think their defense is going to pressure the rookie more than the Browns defense pressuring the old man.
All right, who got the Vikings? Coach, you rolling with the Vikings?
Yep, because Dylan Gabriel gonna be running like he in a track meet. Vikings.
Red, you making it unanimous?
Not only am I making it unanimous, everybody in the country is making it unanimous. Ain't nobody going for the Browns this week except for the coach and Dylan Gabriel's family. Like I said, even the Browns players are cheering for Dylan Gabriel to lose. They say we'll take this L this week, as long as we can get you doing the game in a few weeks.
Wow. All right. On to the next game. Coach, you're up. Dolphins versus the Panthers. Who you got, man?
Yeah. This one's gonna be closer than people think. But no Tyreek. But
Who's it on?
Panthers.
So you got the Panthers rolling over the Dolphins.
They're not gonna roll over them. They're gonna step over them.
All right. Red, who you got, man?
I'm taking the Dolphins. Even without Tyreek, I still say McDaniels and Waddle, and Chaney, the running back, and Tua. They'll make enough plays to beat Carolina. All you gotta do is stop that receiver and pick the little Mighty Mouse up and throw him somewhere. So I'm taking the Dolphins.
All right, split the tie hole. Who you got, man? Dolphins or Panthers?
I'm going with the Dolphins. Mike McDaniel saves his job by not losing to a Panther team that's really not that good anyway.
All right.
So go on Miami.
I'm sorry. I haven't been getting the Rev Nation. My bad. The president got the Purple Eaters over the Browns. Winston got the Browns going back to the Saints Giants. The VP got the Aints. Rattler gets his first dub. Alexis has the Browns over the Vikings by 2. The VP said just go ahead and take care of the Browns with the flushable white.
Yeah.
Winston got the Dolphins over the Panthers. Jerome has the Panthers over the Fish. Alexis Hill got the Panthers by 3. The VP said, Murray Thrower, your fins are overcooked. Panthers will feast on this delicious fish. Jerome K said Vikings over the Doodle Brown. And the president says the Dolphins will take care of the Panthers. All right, let's move on. Raiders versus the Colts. Colts, who you got, man? I'm sorry. It's Red. I'm sorry. Red, who you got?
Oh, it's on me? I'm taking Indiana Jones at home. I'm taking Kathy Gordon on the sideline. I'm taking Shador, whatever the kicker, Shador Schrader kicking. I'm taking Sean Schlein coaching. I'm taking Jonathan Taylor running. I'm taking the Colts, baby. Yeah, they lost one against the Rams last week that they shouldn't have because Jones made the plays. His wide receiver let him down. I'm taking my boy Adonai Mitchell to bounce back at home, and the Colts to bounce back from a very upsetting loss against the Rams last week. Raiders and Gino, you could turn the football over lately, man. Killing my fantasy team. So I'm dropping you, and hopefully you don't go out there and make you look bad by throwing 400 yards. But anyway, Colts.
All right, who you got, man? Raiders first Colts.
I'm taking the Colts. I think the Colts bounce back after that debacle of a loss last week. I think Geno Smith throws his leading interception. I think he throws another one. Not playing so well with the Raiders right now, so taking the Colts.
Coach, who you got?
The Colts, they're not going to throw any touchdown passes to Mitchell, so the Colts going to win.
I hope so. You're my fantasy team.
All right, next one, Titans versus Cardinals. It's on you, Ho. Who you got, man?
Whew. I'm gonna go Arizona, even though I think they got a little something going on with their offense in Kyler Murray, but I'm gonna still take them at home. Going Cardinals at home this week.
All right, no win for Cam Ward yet. Coach, you go on to Cam Ward wins his first W or Cardinals?
No, nope.
No, Cam Ward will not. Marvin Harrison Jr. has learned how to catch again, so Cardinals.
Red, who you got, bro?
Well, I tell you who I don't got. I don't got the team that the own quarterback called him. You know what he called him? But they were sorry. He used another word. No, and I need Cardinals defense to show up this week for a fantasy team. So y'all got to keep making the Titans look like the quarterback said but sorry joke of a team. So I'm taking the Cardinals.
All right, on to the next game. Coach, it's on you. Lions versus Bengals. Who you got?
Lion will be the Tiger any day. Lions.
All right. Red, who you got?
Well, Red, I gotta listen to you. I can't go with Jake from State Farm Brown. I guess I gotta go with Garrett Golf Lions. Garrett the accountant, the old accountant. Now he's a football player now. But I'm taking the Lions.
All right. Howie, who you got, bro?
This one of the locks of the week. take the Lions with the give up the points and take them on the money line. So the Lions for sure.
All right. On to the next. Red. Buccaneers versus Seahawks.
Oh, all right, Sam Donald. I need you this week, baby. All right, Rams came, no, but Phillies came through for me this week. Need you to come through for me this week. So my Falcons win next week. We'll be tied for first place in the division. So, come on, yeah. Don't, you know what you do. 12th man, you at home, Sam Donald. Don't play stupid this week. Wait the next week to play stupid. And go on and get this win versus Tampa Bay. The Bucks, they just losing players every week. More players went down last week. Irvin went down last week. Mike Evans went down 2 weeks ago. I don't know who they got left on offense. Chris Godwin coming back, but that just ain't enough, man. So I think it's gonna be Seattle no matter what. Baker try to keep it close in the game, but he just don't have enough weapons.
Oh, what you got, bro?
Seattle. It's go if it's not raining outside, it's gonna rain inside because Seattle go thump them this week. Kenneth Walker the third will probably have a career night or a career day. But let's go ahead and get them Buccaneers another. Yeah, I'm taking Seattle all the way.
All right, Coach. What you got, man?
The Sea Chickens. No Lively at running back. No Mike Evans at wide out. Buccaneers running out of miracles. Sea Chickens.
All right, let me go to our Reverend Nation. The VP said the Raiders will win over the Colts. Interesting. Who else we got? We got Jerome K said the Colts over the Raiders. They need to trade for Shador. He's made for Vegas. Maurice Thrower, good afternoon from Tallahassee. Excuse my lateness, but the Prime Minister just saying hello. Thank you so much for saying hello. You were just brought up just a few minutes ago. Check the chat. The president said Raiders. Lex Seal said Colts. Winston says the Cards will take care of the Titans. VP said Cards over Titans. President says Cards over Titans. Election Hill, Cards over Titans. The VP said, Kyler Murray is a little something going on with their offense. Winston Thornton got the Lions over the Bengals. President said Lions over the Bengals. Jerome Case got Cardinals. The Titans are terrible. And they ruined Cam Ward's career. He's on his second OC already. Jerome Case says Lions eat the Bengals. The vice president said Lions will devour the Cincinnati. The president said, you know what? I like the Seahawks over the Bucks. Winston Thornton says Seahawks over Bucks. Lex Seal says Seahawks by 36. All right, we'll be a little bit hyperbolic right there. The VP says the team's got Baker out here looking like an MVP candidate. Seabirds, do your job. I need him to keep looking like an MVP candidate since he's my fantasy quarterback. Jerome K says Seahawks over the Bucks. Lex Seal says Seahawks. And then we got the good afternoon. Let's move on. Texans versus the Ravens. I think we're on you, Ho. What you got, man?
I think the Texans get their first win. They haven't already, but I think the Ravens defense is atrocious right now. So, yeah. Texans might put up 40 points. CJ Stroud will get back into the groove.
So Hope said Texans going to Baltimore and beat the Ravens. That sounds like music to your ears, Coach. What do you say?
And Ravens so confused and so banged up. I don't know what's going on with them. Their main people on both sides are hurt. Kyle Hamilton and the safety is hurt. Lamar Jackson is hurt. And they don't want to get a ball to Derrick Henry for some reason just because he fumbled. I'm like, y'all are crazy. Texans going to win. Late field goal.
Ray, what you got, man?
Yeah, I'm with them. Texans definitely going to win. The Baltimore Ravens defense is atrocious, and their offense is gonna be atrocious too because Lamar Jackson ain't playing. I don't know the backup. I forgot Cooper Cup. No, like Cooper Rush.
Cooper
Sorry,
Rush.
dude. Yeah, you ain't with the Cowboys no more. You're in Baltimore. You don't have CD Lamb over here. You don't have Pickens. You don't have those Dallas weapons. You got the Baltimore Ravens weapons, and they ain't been doing it this year. Hopkins, sorry. Bateman, sorry. Zach Flowers, where you been at? Henry, whose hands you got? Because they ain't yours because you're fumbling every week. I don't know who the Baltimore Ravens are going to turn to for offense. So, Texas, you don't even need to put up that many points. Probably 17 will be enough.
All right. Coach, it's on you. But let me just see if this is something we can do. Is it unanimous that the Bills are going to beat the Patriots?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
They're
unanimous?
not going to beat us.
All right. Let's move on to the next game.
Yeah.
Bills beat the Patriots across the board. No need to waste commentary on that. Coach, it's on you. Cowboys versus Jets. Who you got?
A tie.
Not a tie.
Both of them are equally terrible. But Dak gets the nod because of experience. I'm going to go with the Cowgirls.
Red, after that big yawn. Did the Cowboys make you yawn?
No, they don't. But the Jets offense makes me yawn. The Jets as a whole makes me yawn. I mean, they about to be, are they 0-3 or 0-4 right now?
0-4.
0-4. Oh, right. And they about to be 0-5. I don't know what was Aaron Glenn. I told you. Now, real, you weren't here when I made this statement. Aaron Glenn doing his little Dion dance, mopping up and down the sideline when they got that block kick. I told him, you can't do that if that's not a walk-off. You doing that and there's still a minute left on the clock. And ever since they did that, man, they ain't done nothing since. Aaron Glenn, man, I hope this ain't true and I hope I'm wrong. But dude, you looking like you one and done in New York, man. One and done, buddy.
Hold.
Going with the
Oh, I'm taking the
Cowboys.
Cowboys if y'all didn't figure that out.
All right, you got the Cowboys?
Yeah.
All right.
I got Dak in one of my fantasy leagues, so I'm going with the Cowboys.
All right, on to the next. Red. Commanders versus Chargers. Who you got, bro?
Oh, man, this is a good one right here. Okay. Well, since my Falcons pretty much exposed the Commanders, they exposed them so bad. They said, Jalen Daniels, I don't know what's wrong with you, buddy, but you got to get back out there. 'Cause we need you, man. 'Cause this season's about to go away from us real quick. Because Mariota ain't the answer. We got lucky with him 1 week. We ain't going to get lucky more than one. So you see these Russian Daniels back out there. But here's the problem. You're taking a trip to LA. You're flying across country. And something that Akeem Talib has been saying on his new football show, The Arena. Yeah, I'm watching Skip Bayless in the new show. Y'all need to check it out too. It's a good football show. But something he's saying over there in the stick with me. When you got to fly 4 or 5 hours across the country, don't take that team. Take the home team. In Washington, you got to fly 4 or 5 hours from Washington to LA to play the Chargers. I'm taking the Chargers.
All right, Rahul, what you got, man?
I'm going with the Chargers as well, even though they got alignment problems. I think Amari and Hampton goes off this week. I think he's playing. If he's playing,
Nope.
he's not playing. Oh, okay.
No,
well,
Quentin Johnson, Mad Max Quinn.
Justin has to get it out of his hand quicker than.
Yeah.
All
He
right.
gonna
They're
go
going
crazy
with the
like
Chargers.
Phoenix went crazy.
Coach, you making it unanimous with the Chargers?
yes, sir.
All
Yes,
right.
Daniels gonna need no scary Terry. So nobody for Daniels.
All right, let's go to Revenant Nation real quickly. Alexis Hill said not so fast. I don't know what y'all think about, but I got the Ravens over the Texans. Winston got the Texans. The president, the Texans, saying losing, nevermore. VP got Texans, they need this. Jerome Case got the Texans over the Ravens. For some reason, the Ravens refuse to run the ball. It's time for Harbaugh to go. President Bills over Patriots. Patriots upset. They can't stop the run.
They're not going to get up to 2 weeks ago, Winston. Let them beat the Patriots.
Cowboys over the Jets. Alexis Hill got the Cowboys over the Jets. The president said Jets just because it's the Cowboys. The VP got the Cowgirls over the Jets. Chargers win, says Winston Thornton. Cowboys will beat the wings off the Jets, hold the ranch, said Jerome Case. Alexis Hill got Chargers. Winston says Jaden is scheduled to play this week. Does that change people's minds? Chargers over the Commanders, says the president.
That's what I said.
Chargers over. So you go with the Commanders, right?
Remember I said that's why they making Jaden come back because the Falcons beat him down so bad. No,
Yeah.
I'm still the Chargers.
All right, Ho, we got 2 more games, man. Broncos versus Eagles. Who you got, man?
Oh,
Game is in Philly.
I'm gonna go Eagles. Yeah, I'm going Eagles.
Any reason why?
Because they sell cheesesteak.
The ones you don't like to eat. I got you. Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah.
Who you got?
The ones I don't like to eat.
I got you. Who you got, Coach?
Broncos in the upset.
Tell us why.
Their defense is gonna rise up because Hurts had no.
Turn to describe somebody's defense. Go rise up. I got you, Coach.
That's what they say. But they're gonna play with the best. Sertan and those boys are gonna deal with a disgruntled AJ Brown who's gonna complain yet for another week. He ain't getting the ball, and Saquon hadn't been Saquon. And against this defense, I don't know if he's gonna be Saquon like he was last year. So I'm going to Broncos in the upset.
Ooh, that's not far-fetched. Red, are you smelling what Coach is cooking?
I'm smelling every word of it. So much, I don't even have to say anything. Coach said it all for me. Everything Coach said.
Wow. So we got 2 Eagles. And, I mean, 2 Broncos and 1 Eagle.
Broncos.
All right, last game. The Chiefs versus the Jaguars. Coach, who you got?
Hey, sunshine is balling, but it's cloudy. The Chiefs gonna win.
Yes, sir. Red, I know you want to do it, but don't do it. Chiefs versus Jaguars. I know you want to do it, but don't do it.
Yeah, I want to, but I'll take your advice, real. Since I went with the other upset with the Eagles, I'll spare my home this upset, but hey, I'm smelling a little something, man, because they going down to Jacksonville. But go ahead, Mahomes, and prove to the world that y'all are really back. Don't go down there and lay eggs in Jacksonville now, but I won't do it. I'll stay with the Chiefs to keep showing the world that it ain't over. We ain't going nowhere. I'm still Mahomes, and I'm right here, baby.
The Chiefs looking good. Worthy's back. And
then they weapons. I like this Thornton kid has kind of emerged lately. And you still got
they got Rashee Rice coming back in 2 weeks.
Right. Rashee Rice coming back in Kelsey. It's just a matter of time before Kelsey slap him around and he go out there and have a good game. Like, boy, you are embarrassing me. I'm telling you what, Travis, you got to have a good game. So eventually he'll show up and have one of those games. So like I said, the Chiefs ain't dead. I don't care what nobody say. They not dead. They still alive. If you think they dead, wait the playoff time coming and go put eliminated. They
Horace, you got the Chiefs. Are you making it unanimous?
Yeah, but I want to add that take the Jaguars with the 3.5. Take the point. So Chiefs win the game. Jaguars cover the spread. Get you some fruit cup.
What? Chiefs win by 2
Delicious
points.
food.
Chiefs wins by 3, so you still cover the spread because the spread 3.5.
Okay. Give them by. It's gonna be a good game, real. It ain't gonna be no. It's gonna be a close one. But some tell me this Liam Cohen might have some plays for Travis this game. And Jag defense, they playing pretty. Jag defense playing pretty good. So it's gonna be a game. But I think the Chiefs will make 1 or 2 more plays than the Jaguars will.
All right, Winston got the Broncos. Lex got the Eagles. President got the Eagles. VP has the Eagles. Jerome Case has the Eagles for the win. Broncos have issues between the QB and the coach.
Man, you crazy.
The Jags, hater.
Winston did it.
Chiefs by 3. President got the Chiefs. Jerome Case says, "Are miracles possible?" Yes, but Pat is still Pat. Chiefs for the win. Travis just got married in the show.
Winston,
All right,
you took
that
the Jags.
concludes the games for this week. All right, gentlemen, let's put a bow on this relatively lengthy show. Who has the right to do what, when, where, how? Who wants that at first?
I guess I'll start. All right, well, basketball season is back, and I'll reiterate what I said earlier. Hawks and Lakers, you got the right to show me something this year. I need both of my NBA teams, both of them, championship contenders throughout the season. Hawks, you ain't got no excuse. The East is wide open. We made moves for the exact reason. You got to show up and you got to get a hot start to the season. No BS. Start the season off hot. Lakers too. Lakers and Hawks, you got the right to start the season off hot and keep it hot. I want these seasons on fire the whole year. So all I gotta do is saying to myself, what we gonna do when the playoffs start. But anyway.
All right. Oh, let's see what you got to say. Who has the right to do what, when, where, how?
Atlanta Braves, you got the right to make a great decision in hiring the next manager and making sure that we get back on track. We have one of the most talented teams in the National League. Now we just got to find the right guy to push the button. So Braves, let's make the right moves. Honorable mention, Zion Williamson. You have the right to show everybody that you are in better shape and in good shape. The weight loss is going to help. You have a great season this season, so let's show everybody what you made of.
Coach, round it out. Who has the right to do what, when, where, and how?
Any wide receiver that wants to help out the Steelers, come on. They're gonna make the call. Odell Beckham, Chris Olave, somebody come be our number 2 receivers while Calvin Austin's out for 3 weeks. They're gonna need a little help, please. Thank you.
All right, the VP said, Aces, you have the right to be WNBA champs once again. By the time the Red and Rev Sports Show airs next week, peace and love, fellas. Great show. Wheels up. Thank you, man. And let's thank your pilot and the weather for delaying your flight. We appreciate that. So you can be around.
Delayed it exactly 2 hours and 40 minutes. VP.
Hold on, let me get back to this. The president said, LeBron, you have a right to retire after the season. You don't have an extension. You don't need to wait for your grandson to join the NBA to pull the plug. And the president said this, push alert. We got to make up for last week. He has the Gators over the Texas Longhorns, and he says he's smelling it.
What's Coach J?
Wow.
Y'all buying what he's smelling?
Wow.
Winston, go wake Coach up. Coach, man, your Texans going out to the Gators. Boy, I will clown you profusely if that happens. Don't even think about saying you're going to beat my Bulldogs if that happens, Coach. So, man.
Oh, my goodness.
Man,
Gators
some
over
of
the
the Texans
Texans?
get them right, real. So, man, I gotta watch out for the Gators tonight because the president, he usually be on point with his upset. And we gonna look up around 7 or 8 o'clock, and Texas gonna be about to lose. Oh man, I hope you're right, President. We're gonna see though.
All right. As always, we want to thank everybody for watching episode 392. Thank you, Reverend Night Nation, for chiming in as you were tuning in. Special thanks to Hope joining us today on the Sports Roundtable. Check him out Wednesday night, 7 o'clock on his platform. Coach Red, pleasure to be back with you both on today. I can't make any guarantees next week, but hopefully I'll be on the show because I got a flight actually to Atlanta later on Saturday afternoon, but I think I'll be able to do the show next week. Peace and love, everybody. Looking forward to you next week. Same Facebook page, same YouTube channel, same 10:30 time. Peace and love, everybody. And we're out of here. Appreciate you, Winston.
What are you doing? Lord. Man, we're gonna have to get the other kid up in here. I'm gonna hope you playing.